But first, let's look at those secret techniques that the famous and powerful use to keep control.
Good evening.
Constitution of the United States.
It's in the world of politics that we see power in its purest and most fascinating form. This elite group has the power to totally change the world we live in.
The ladies not for turning.
With all the signs of power on display, you just need the key to decipher them, to figure out who's really in control.
And remember, their techniques are just as applicable to you and me in our everyday lives.
The first thing we all do when we meet someone is shake their hand. But even at this early stage, issues of dominance emerge. Look at how President Obama shakes hands with Foreign Secretary David Miliband. Obama reinforces his handshake by grabbing Miliband's arm. He's got him just where he wants him. And that's not all. See how Miliband approaches Obama, who remains static. Stillness equals power. Notice how Obama remains rooted on the spot. Subordinates are the ones who move. Being the host and a gentleman, Gordon Brown recognizes that it's up to him to make the move. He exchanges a kiss with Hillary, reminding us all that they're on familiar terms. See how she pats his hand. It's what's called a nappy pat. It's her way of treating him like a baby. He doesn't realize the significance of what she's doing, but does she? Even as they exit, Obama gives Brown what looks to the untrained eye to be a friendly pat on the back. In fact, it's a gentle reminder that he's the one who's in charge. Here's another example from 2001, where the newly elected President George W. Bush is with outgoing President Bill Clinton. Bush is clearly nervous about being upstaged. Both are vying to be the alpha male, and Bush is matching Clinton gesture for gesture so as not to be left behind. And it's not just politicians who know these tricks. The power walk is also a telltale sign of dominance. Using the arms to take up more space and drawing the eye in immediately makes the power walker look more important.
Without realizing it, we're all giving off signals about where we think we belong in the power hierarchy.
If our brain believes that we're powerful, our bodies naturally exude dominant signals.
This makes the way we present ourselves absolutely crucial. This is where power is lost or gained.
Gordon Brown is the most powerful person in the country. He's a seasoned politician, respected by other world leaders, and he projects an image of someone who's in charge.
We must now reform and renew the international financial system.
He's in his element when there's a global crisis. He sounds like a leader, and he looks like one too. We can see it in his hands. Notice how he presents his knuckles. They're the hard, manly features of his hands. This is a high dominance posture. When Gordon Brown became Prime Minister, he behaved like a man who was in charge of both his party and the country. He projected absolute belief in his own power.
I'm privileged to speak to you for the first time at our conference as Prime Minister and leader of this party.
But by 2009, it's a very different story.
We need to fight. Not bow out, not walk away, not give in, not give up, but fight.
In his first party conference as leader, all his language was forward-looking. Yet in 2009, it was reflective and strewn with negative words such as not, stop, and never.
Never stop believing we can make a Britain equal to its best ideals. Never, never stop believing.
In 2007, Brown was a convincing success story. Yet here he is, just 2 years later, sending out signals of doubt, both in what he says and does. Just look how closed and guarded his body language appears. In 2007, Brown produced many more smiles than in 2009. In 2009, we can spot more signs of anxiety, especially around the mouth. His pauses with mouth open and his erratic breathing are secret signs of anxiety.
It's difficult. Never, never stop believing.
Notice also the way Brown steps back, physically moving away from his speech. He's distancing himself from what he's saying. These leaked signs of anxiety send a message to his party. Subliminally, his followers pick up these signals, which are about doubt and concern. But politics is a fickle game, and things can change at any moment. Throughout his years in the shadows, Gordon Brown was always seen as the strong moral backbone of the party. But now he's in the spotlight, people are bound to pick up on his every flaw.